Áروغيت is going where?
Áروغيt is going to be, we don't know yet. He's just going to, the whole plan is Prince Khaled. He wanted to make sure that he's ready for the Breeders' Cup Classic, which is in Del Mar this year. So, you know, from there we'll back it up, you know, hopefully the Del Mar Pacific Classic will be a great prep race for him before the Classic. So something between there, maybe one race between, I don't know yet.
No, but the great news now is like we're going to enjoy another year with Áروغيt.
Well, I mean, you know, he got to run as a 4-year-old, so this will probably be his last year, you know, so hopefully he can continue, you know, keeping them unbeaten. That's my job. It's more of a stressful, you know, when you have a superstar like him, just like American Pharoah, when you know there's added pressure. So when you go somewhere, there was a lot of pressure going to Dubai. It was, you know, going all the way over there, and then it was just crazy night after the start. The way he ran, it was just a crazy night. But he thank God he's a super horse.
I have this question for you. Like in the Arab world now, you know, like they are making this comparison between Áروغيt and the American Pharoah, and because Bob Baffitt, his name is here and there as a trainer. So what do you tell them?
Well, they're both. One thing about them, they were both superior animals. American Pharoah, he never got to run as a 4-year-old, so his competition, he never really got to step up there. He won the Breeders' Cup handily, but you know the competition they weren't that tough. You know, a lot of horses were tailing off, but I mean he could have easily won the Dubai World Cup. He was a super horse, and this horse is like a super horse. So their one was, you know, I think American Pharoah was probably quicker, faster. He was a really fast horse, but he just kept on going. And this horse is a good horse, but he just gets stronger and stronger. The further, the better. And what he did at Saratoga, breaking that track record, beating California Chrome, caught him. And the other night, breaking Horrible and circling around, and then he won in a gallop. It was something that was, you know, they're both horses that just take your breath away.
Exactly.
I mean, it's hard to compare them.
He's talking about American Pharoah. If he came to Dubai World Cup that day, oh my God, California Chrome, American Pharoah, oh my God, it was going to be a great day.
And what the crazy thing is, they're both in the same stable. American Pharoah used to live there, now he's a stallion, and he's in the same stable. It's incredible.
He's in the same stall.
Same stall.
I mean, I really thought, after American Pharoah, I thought maybe I need to do something else because I'll never go through something as exciting. It was a bit of a letdown when American Pharoah was retired. So, and then all of a sudden, here comes Áróغيt. He comes around the spring, starts showing us a lot, and so I remember calling Garrett O'Rourke, you know, during that winter. I said, you know what, I think, you know, Prince Cal has been so patient letting us buy horses for him, and they haven't really worked out like we thought. And then all of a sudden, I think I've got one here that we thought he was going to be good, but we didn't know he was going to be this superstar.
And he's got Áróغيt, Prince Khaled Abdullah from Saudi, and he's also had the great Frankel, the best horse in Europe, if not of all time.
Incredible. I mean, I can't believe he would have two of the, you know, best horses, you know, that ever. But you know, that's why he's in the business. He was, and he was part of the whole purchasing. We had picked him out, but he had the last say. He had to okay the pedigree and everything. So, you know, he's a big part of it, and so good. But he has so much passion, and when you have those colors, I feel like an extra obligation because you're representing. It's a brand. Juddmonte Farms, those colors, is a brand. So, you know, that's why to have a horse like that and to win races like that, especially the Breeders' Cup, and to win in your backyard, to win the Dubai World Cup, that was quite a field. It was a very tough field. It wasn't an easy field. It was one of the toughest I've seen.
Bob, we read the news and we know all these news, but we want to listen from you. Tell us at the beginning of Áróغيt, he was supposed to be in Derby, Kentucky, then he got an injury, and then you waited on him, you had a patient on this horse. Tell us about all these stories. Like, everyone was talking about Áróغيt in Kentucky Derby, but we didn't see him there because of his injury, I think.
Well, you know, the problem that he was doing really well as a 2-year-old. We breezed him, and he came up, his shins were just a little tender, so I told Garrett O'Rourke, you know, he's going to need a little time off. His shins are a little tender. So he said, well, just send him back to the farm. Just send him back to the farm. I sent him back there. They let him get over it on his own, and they sent him back. So the thing about the Judmont operation, it's like whatever is good for the horse matters more than what's good for the owner. And that's very, very rare, because nowadays we've got a whole different kind of owner. We got a younger, they want to win tomorrow.
Exactly.
Today. They want it right now.
Exactly.
And Prince Khaled, he's not that way. He wants to make sure, he makes it a point, look, you do what's right for the horse.
It's organization.
Look, here's the shots coming in now. This was a few hours ago. Talk us through when you saw the horse coming back into your stable.
He came off that van. He looked like he was ready to run next week. I mean, he was pretty happy. He hasn't done anything in a week, and you know, he can get a little bit rambunctious, but he shipped really well. He came back.
He's beautiful, mashallah. He's amazing.
He's just a super athlete.
He's amazing.
Can't you rename him Arrow-Great?
Well, that's what we've been calling him, Arrow-Great, with the blue locomotive. We've got so many nicknames. But
okay, let's go with the memories back, Bob. When the stall opened, I hear you saying, I wish Mike Smith stop him, and I don't want the race. I have to take care of the creature now. The most important thing you are praying for. But tell me about your feelings. What happened? What you were thinking?
Well, I went from, you know, I was always worried about racing luck. And he was in the gate, he was standing perfectly, and all of a sudden he broke just a little flat, because, you know, he does wear earplugs, so they don't have, the gate doesn't have a bell or anything.
Why does he wear earplugs?
Just to keep him, he didn't have them in when you saw that shot. As soon as we put him in, he hears, you know, he's sharp. So
he was a bit tension in the paddock, I saw him.
Yeah, so he was getting a little bit, but that's him. But so when he broke a little flat-footed, so he broke about a half a step, so Mike was trying to get him going, but there was a Chilean mare inside of him, really little fractious, and she broke right into him, but she just stayed on him for like, it seemed like a lifetime, forever, you know, for like, and I'm thinking, and then the other horse, Keen Eyes, came over. They saw that, you know, they put the squeeze, but that Chilean filly just kept riding the whole way. And finally, Mike said he couldn't, all this bumping, so he just grabbed him and he took him back, and he thought, well, this is not good. And I'm thinking the race is completely over. And I saw Mike just take him back. I thought, well, I'm talking to my wife the whole way. I said, well, I think he's just taking care of him now, make sure he gets him around there. And, you know, we don't want him to, you know, overexert. You know, he's watching out for the horse. So Mike just decided then he was just going to just sit back there. And if he shows him something at the end, then he'll let him run. So actually, I think that just having the experience of Mike Smith, I mean, experience. You know, great horses sometimes are easy to ride. They make great riders. But that night, we needed Mike Smith and his expertise to do what he did. He rode the great mare Zenyatta, who won the Breeders' Cup here at the Sandy. It was just another remarkable race. One of the, you know, to me, it reminded me of that. So he's back there, and I didn't give him much of a chance.
And he's older than us. It's incredible, isn't it?
So he's back there, and I was so upset. All these things were going through my mind, like, man, maybe I shouldn't have brought him here.
Oh my God.
Maybe he's getting tired. Prince Khaled, you know, he told me he wants a fresh horse for the Breeders' Cup. That's the most important. So, I mean, he's trusted me to bring this horse over here. And so all of a sudden, the far turn, he started making a move. And I thought, well, he's starting to move now. But I thought, well, he's going to make a move. He's going to hang. He's going to get up there, like, you know, they just hang. And then turning for home, when all of a sudden I could tell he likes a target. He does like a target. When he sees a horse in front of him, we work him the same way. We put horses 10, 12 lanes in front of him.
So he goes faster.
So he knows, he sees something, he goes to him, and I could tell when he came up to that horse, I knew he had it. And by that time, I was so upset that I didn't have a chance to cool out. So I was still emotionally upset, so mad, but I was sort of like in shock, like, this horse is just, he shows me something differently, and for him to do what he just did, I was like everybody else. I was in awe, and it was really neat, really listening to the crowd. When he came for home, I could hear the crowd
going up,
watch, because everybody that goes out there, they went out there to see a great horse. They saw it.
And they saw it.
And it was the best.
But he was supposed to break and win by 8.
Yeah,
you know. Yeah, I wanted to break. He'll get there, win by 8.
But I get his feelings, you know, like he was very upset, and then he's very happy because he won. He couldn't just combine it together in 2 minutes.
And also, and I've got your lovely wife. Every time we see him having the big win, your lovely wife comes and gives you a big cup. You trained her well.
Well, I mean, when you live with a horse trainer, there's a lot of emotions. There's a lot of emotions. Even my son Bodie, we're very emotional because there's a lot of pressure.
Where is he?
He's down there. He's walking around.
He was. By the way, he was the guy in front of him standing, and yes, he's doing it. He's doing it.
He got excited, and matter of fact, he started doing the double dab there at the end because his mother told him don't do the dab anymore. But he said I couldn't help myself. I was too excited.
I'm proud of him.
But it was one of those races where this horse really,
for history,
I think he showed the world
exactly
why he's #1 in the world. And
stunning. It was
he's amazing. He's amazing.
Everything and all that.
No, he's amazing.
I was just going to say, and listening to the way you still, a week on, still talking about it, you can tell how proud you are as well. It's an incredible achievement, that Bob.
Well, I mean, to be part, you know, everybody works hard. Everybody that worked, my team, my assistant, everybody that gets on them, it's a team effort, but it's very gratifying. You know, we work hard. You know, trainers work 7 days a week. There's no Dubai was my vacation, and it rained the last 2 days. I still owe my son a trip.
A sunny place.
To the water park.
Yeah, exactly.
I promised him to go to the water. I never made it to the water.
Because it was raining, right? It was raining like for 1 week.
5 years ago, I had a heart attack. I never made it there. So now, this time, I said, I'm going to promise you, I'm going to take you to the water park. But it rained. But it was actually, the rain was actually helpful because it cooled it down.
Yes.
And the horses were doing better. He was doing better with the cool. So.
By the way, how is the ticker? Are you nice? Are you relaxed now?
Oh, I'm fine. Matter of fact, my doctor that worked on me, he was there at the races.
Oh, good.
He was there. He was ready. I had everybody on red alert. Sheikh Mohammed.
Sheikh Mohammed,
he was so funny. He made a joke. He said, Bob, I just want you to tell you, I have the most beautiful hospital room ready for you if anything goes wrong. So,
did he say that?
Yeah, he's a sport. He's great.
Tell me exactly what he told you after the victory. Did you see him? Or you talked to him?
I just saw he just congratulated me, and everybody was there congratulating. Everybody was, I think, was in awe of the horse. I mean,
exactly.
But it was a great race. You had all these great horses, and you had, you know, the American horses. They're fast, and and you know, we have the edge. And the race before was the Shima Classic.
Yeah, exactly.
That horse was just
Jack Hobbs is incredible.
Jack Hobbs, incredible.
Named after a very good England cricketer.
Oh, really?
And by the way, he won the Irish Derby, Jack Hobbs, the year before that.
I mean, you had the sprint, the American horse, Mind That Biscuit ran just an impressive. I mean, every race, you know, we saw. It was a great race. It was almost like a Breeders' Cup. You see all these great horses running, and that's the thing that makes Dubai World Cup. Not only it's a challenge to fly there, but everybody's in the same boat. We're all challenged to go there and bring your horse, and he has to show up on that big night. And so there's always that little doubt. I always had that little doubt. Well, maybe I think he's run. My wife, when she arrived, she goes, "So how are we looking?" Well, we're looking good. And she goes, I don't want to hear we're looking good. I want to hear we're looking great.
Exactly.
I said, I'm not feeling the vibe. Well, I think he's fine. We're good, but he's still, like, you need racing luck.
You owe your son a trip to water park, right? Do you remember the water park name I told you was the best in the United Arab Emirates?
Yes.
Atlantis.
we had tickets. We had tickets to go there,
but you didn't go.
I tell you what, live on Yes TV, when you go to
Yas Island also.
No, he will get you VIP tickets.
I will get
you and
you deserve it,
and he will pay for them.
Don't worry.
Live on Yes TV, he will pay for it.
We like you, Bob.
Will you go down the slide with us?
Yeah, should we? Actually, yeah. Forget the kids. We'll go.
You will be full hospitality with Yas channel. You still have the cap and the T-shirt, right?
Oh, I've got it.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Bob, we're very happy to have you on our studio here, Yas channel in Santa Anita, and we had a nice chat and the latest news about Áروغيت. Thank you very much, and we're very happy and pleased to be with us.
Well, I'm glad to be part of it, and I was watching you guys during the week while I was there.
World Cup, yeah.
Yeah, I got to see all week long. I was watching that. Got to see some great camel racing too while I was in it.
You liked it?
Yes.
Yeah. It's
some of those are worth more than Áróغيت, those.
Especially the honking of the horns all the way around. I love that. That's my favorite part.
You should do that with
there's a lot of training and yelling going on.
Yeah, there's a different style of training.
Yeah. It is good, isn't it?
It's good.
But it's great to have you here. Welcome back. Good to see the horse back, and that is the main news today, that Áróغيت is back and he's fit and he's well.
And we are happy.
Quickly, runners today.
Make it fast.
What's going to win?
Well, I have collected in running in the stake. He's coming off of a layoff. Yeah, but I'm running against my old horse Dortmund, who's he's going to be very tough in there. But hopefully, you know, running there. And then the pressure is the next race. My wife's horse, Dr. Dorn. That's pressure. That's a lot of pressure. That's more pressure than Dubai World Cup.
Well, last question, but we have to make it fast, about the Gulf Stream, the Florida Derby. What do you think about it?
You know what? You have to go with Guinevere.
Exactly.
But I really think that the horse of where is he here? There's always a horse right now. The thing to me, when you go a mile and 8, that's when they start separating themselves. Yeah. A mile and 16, everybody sort of can stay. And that's one thing I've noticed. That I don't really get excited until the last prep. The mile and 8, a lot of fast horses will stay with you, but at mile and 8, that's when you separate.
Just one final question. I know we've got to go live on this race. The horse to follow from the Bob Baffert stable, is it a colt or is it a filly you've got? What are you looking at?
Well, my good colt, Master, he got hurt. I have some colts in it. They still have to develop, but I have a really great filly, really good filly, Abel Tasman, that I just picked up recently, and she's in the Oaks here next week, and I think she looks like a great Kentucky Oaks filly.
Bob Baffert, great to have you.
Wish you best of luck, sir.
Thank you.
Meet you in Churchill Downs.
All righty.
Thank you very much, sir.
I love it.
Thank you very much.
Brilliant.
Thank you very much.
Well done, Bob. Thank you.
Thank you very much.